And now the royal car arrives at the front door of the Odeon Cinema, Leicester Square. And you can hear the crowd cheering. A glittering sight, a royal sight, a diamond tiara and a green paisley-patterned evening gown re-embroidered throughout. Silver fox stole, ruby necklace with diamonds and earrings, and the diamond tiara, and the dress glittering in the bright lights. The short moment of excitement and brilliance that the crowd have waited for. John Thompson met her at the door of the theatre. Cecil Bernstein, the president of the Cinema and Television Benevolent Fund, with the stick there, who will escort the Queen. Behind them, the trustees of the fund, which is benefiting from tonight's performance. That's John Thompson leading the Queen, Cecil Bernstein behind her, and then Sir John Davis, chairman of the Rank Organisation, with Lady Margaret Hay, the lady-in-waiting, Bernard Delfont, chairman and chief executive of EMI there with the silver hair, and Ralph Broomhead, the third trustee of the fund. Also, of course, with the royal party, Bill Heseltine, the assistant private secretary, and her equerry, squadron leader Peter Bear. The lady-in-waiting has taken the Queen's stole, and that brilliant dress is seen in its full glory. And now the Queen comes to the line for the people who are to be presented to her. First of all, Leo Jaffe. A short pause for photographs for the benefit of the press. Leo Jaffe, the president of Columbia Pictures Industries, the international parent organization. He is the pinnacle of the Columbia organization who've made this film, of course. After him, Jerome Hyams. Jerome Hyams, senior executive vice president of Columbia Pictures Industry. The first people to be presented are the executives of the Columbia Film Corporation. And then Stanley Schneider, president of Columbia Pictures. This is the division of Columbia Pictures responsible for worldwide film production. Marion Jordan. Mr. Jordan is the executive vice president of Columbia Pictures International. That is the international film distribution arm of Columbia. And now Ross Hunter, the man with most to gain and lose tonight, producer of Lost Horizon. He's wondering if she's going to ask him what his next film is. Next to Ross Hunter, Jack Mapes, the associate producer of Lost Horizon, who's worked very closely with Ross Hunter for a number of years now. A very close partnership and a very close friendship. Charles Jarrett again, whom we saw earlier, director of Lost Horizon, also the director of Anne of the Thousand Days and Mary Queen of Scots, making a total of 3 out of the last 4 royal performances that he has directed. Married to an actress himself, Catherine Blake, well known in Canada particularly. Tom Nicholas, managing director of Columbia Warner Distributors Limited, the distribution company for Columbia here in Britain. And now the president of the Cinematographic Exhibitors Association of Great Britain and Ireland, Mr. Victor Chapman. He is ex officio, because of his job, a member of the board of this fund. No doubt a word about what the fund's achieving and how things are going. Aubrey Buxton, chairman of the Independent Television Companies Association and a director of Anglia Television and ITN. Again, ex officio, he's on the board. No doubt she has a great deal to talk about the Anglia productions in which the Queen's husband has featured in the past. Bob Keenan, Robert Keenan, General Secretary of the National Association of Theatrical, Television and Kine Employers, NATKI, one of the trades unions in the industry. He's also a member of the Council's Fund. And Jerry Hilton, President of the Yorkshire Provincial Committee of the CTBF Fund, the fund that is benefiting tonight. He spent a great deal of his time and represents, of course, the provincial committees of the fund here tonight. And now Mr. Heath, Mr. L.H. Heath, who is head gardener at Gleveland's, the home that the fund runs, the rest and convalescent home, and his wife, Mrs. Heath, who also works in the home. The gardens of Gleveland's run to 40 acres, no less, and are very much a showpiece of the home. So it's very fitting that Mr. Heath and his wife should be here to talk about the garden. How's the dry weather affected you? Or words to that effect, I shouldn't be surprised. And now we come to the theatrical members who are to be presented to the Queen. Simon Ward, who the Queen obviously remembers from the film Young Winston, who last year got the Variety Club of Great Britain Award for the Best Actor of the Year, and he is now in for a Golden Globe Award as well. On to Rachel Roberts, Best Actress of the Year for her performance in Saturday Night and Sunday Morning. Rachel currently working on a television play and also a film. A spectacular dress the Queen's wearing, and now she gets a well-earned laugh. I don't have to introduce Malcolm Rice. Everyone wants to know what that joke was. A spectacular dress. And quite a humorous turn of mind the Queen has herself. The press crowded round to get a shot of that one. Robert Vaughan. Among Robert Vaughan's earlier films, you may remember Bullet and the Bridget Remagen and Julius Caesar, and he's currently, of course, as you say, working on a television series here in the UK. Bobby Van, one of the lightest and happiest actors in this film. A delightful performance by Bobby Van and plenty of humour in it. Not well known here, but I would predict going to be better known. There's the Karen. At the moment filming here in Britain. A great art in encouraging people to sparkle. And it works. With a dress like that, it should. George Kennedy, towering over the Queen with his 6'4". This is the first time that George Kennedy has sung and danced in a film. What does the Queen remember of his work? Perhaps his Oscar-winning performance in Cool Hand Luke. Sir John Gielgud, the press again full of interest. Sir John Gielgud's 40th year in films this year, and the role apparently of which he has been most proud up until now, Cassius in Julius Caesar. Another star of Lost Horizons, Sally Kellerman. She plays Sally Hughes, the American journalist. Sings and dances. A tall, willowy star who first shot to fame in MASH, of course. Peter Finch. Richard Conway, his part in the film, and a host of Best Actor awards for him. 1960, 1961, and also for Sunday, Bloody Sunday, a marvelous record and a very fine performance in this film too. He sings, we're given to understand, in the film. Peter Finch has the job in the foyer just now of making a short speech of welcome to the Queen once she's safely installed in the royal box with the Bernsteins. Yes, Mrs. Bernstein stepping forward, she'll join the royal party in the box. And little Anthony Jervis, the son of Mr. and Mrs. Jervis, Vice President of the Cinematographic Exhibitors Association. A solemn gift. Marvelous, he can't believe the dress.